as you're moving around, not just this event, but around New York City this week, you're talking to a lot of heads of state, a lot of investors. It's a world of instability, it feels like, fair to say. But how does it feel to a big investor?
Look, I'd say politically, many countries are up in the air and pretty extreme politics in those places. But on the ground in business, actually, it's pretty constructive. Most countries of the world are doing okay. And as value investors, we look for places where you can put money for a long term. You can make decent returns in the fullness of time, and instability sometimes brings opportunity. So you just need to think long-term in these situations.
Well, let's talk about those opportunities, because as you say, maybe some of this uncertainty drives valuations down, because valuations have been pretty high, it feels like, for the past couple of years. Are you seeing that yet?
Yeah, well, not in the developed markets. Valuations are still high. So our focus is special situations in those places.
Yeah.
But Europe is being driven by interest rates that are really low today. India has a situation where the financial system needs capital, so there's a lot of opportunity there. In China, we're seeing more opportunities because of just the deleveraging going on in the country, and that's a positive, and it creates opportunity.
All right, so you mentioned China. U.S.-China trade, obviously top of mind, continues to be. How does that play through, if at all, into your investments or into your thesis about the world?
So our business is about buying real things, real assets. We buy pipelines, toll roads, real estate, renewable power plants, and they're local investments in every country. So we're in 35 countries in the world, but we're a local investor in every single country. So it's not, trade doesn't really affect. On the margins, it does. If it affects a country's economy, it obviously affects investments. If it hits currencies, it affects your investment as a global investor. But we're an on-the-ground investor, so trade isn't as important to us.
Do you worry, as someone who has to think about the whole world, of the implications of a decoupling between the U.S. and China, or does that just mildly change what the landscape looks like?
Look, I'd say, again, as a long-term value group, we try to find great places in the world which have rule of law, functioning systems, respect for capital, operate with standards that we can operate with. We like to go there and we invest for long periods of time.
Right.
Yes. Do all these things affect us? Yes, in the short term. In the long term, not really.
So let's talk about one specific local, national situation. That's Brexit. We had Boris Johnson, the UK Prime Minister, leave New York early, the UN General Assembly, to get back. We're going to be hearing from him later on today. You're a big landowner and a big landlord, I should say, there in London. Canary Wharf obviously has been a big project. You got a lot invested there. How does that play through?
We do. Business has been good since Brexit happened. Every day that this gets extended and nothing happens, fewer decisions get made, and that's not helpful for business. In the fullness of time, I think just getting something resolved will be a good thing for everyone, and London is going to be a center of commerce for a long time.